Hey folks, this is Chris Crazy House back again with some Chris Crazy commentary. So you know I've been talking about the situation going on with AI artwork and how a lot of actual artists are complaining that this new technology is basically stealing from them. And I told you in the last video that it's going to take some mainstream artists to actually push back against these sort of things if it's ever going to change or be reined in at the very least. And it looks like now that's actually starting to happen, because there is actually a big lawsuit going on where these three artists are actually suing not necessarily some of the apps that make AI artwork, but they're suing the technological firm that created the technology that can do that, because they're saying that the company that made this technology actually took their real artwork to teach their AI program to create certain types of artwork out there. So this is the lawsuit that I've been waiting to see. And if you want to read about the story, I'll post a link, but the names of the artists are Kelly McKiernan, Carlo Ortiz, and Sarah Anderson. Okay, and it's actually a very good article from BuzzFeed talking about the intricacies of the lawsuit. It starts out with Kelly McKiernan. She's actually a local artist, someone that I've seen her artwork before in Nashville. That she saw the artwork online of someone doing AI artwork in her style, and she said that it looked cool at first, but then she started thinking, I spent years building my style, and I spent years learning how to make my artwork this way, and now someone could just jump on in there and basically take it. That's a problem, and I can understand where she's coming from in that regard, because I've mentioned that, and there have been people in my comments section who have mentioned that on this channel. If someone can just come in there and start reproducing your style of artwork, that can be a problem, especially if they're taking it and selling it. That's even worse. But I'm glad that some artists are now taking this seriously, and now it's more mainstream artists, because a lot of these women are big names either in fine art, but also they've worked in Hollywood and for major publishers as well. So that's great. I'm glad, and I hope more people join them in on these types of lawsuits. And I'm glad that they went not just at these applications like Lenza or Midjourney. They went to the source of it all. They went to the technological firm that creates that creates the technology that these apps use. So I think I want to say the company is a Stable Diffusion. I think it is the one that they're suing. So that's the one that's helped make that technology. And I can't see how a lot of these AI artists are actually calling themselves artists. A lot of them are actually upset about this lawsuit because they feel that it's people are crossing the line and hurting their livelihood for whatever it is. I can't believe there's actually people out there trying to sell this stuff as their own artwork, knowing doggone well that they didn't invest any type of real skill or time in doing it. It's not like you painted something or created something. You're just using a prompt, basically, or what I like to call it, a search engine. And you're assembling some artwork, and now you're calling it art. And you're trying to sell it as your own creation. And the problem with that is, now what these three female artists are saying is that their artwork was actually taken and fed into this program so that it knows how to create their style, or it knows how to use part of their style to put into these AI art creations. Now, the company itself is saying that that's not true. they're saying that they just grab random images from the internet and it just so happened to grab some of their artwork, but that's, you really can't do stuff like that. That's not going to save you from a lawsuit if you've taken their artwork and you're training your computer program with this artwork. That's basically stealing. I think what they're going to try to do is kind of split the difference and make it seem as if, you know, the sampling was so random they could not have known or never knew that was going to grab someone's artwork specifically, which I don't see how you could if you're just grabbing stuff off the internet. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to try to maybe say that if they're just using a piece of something, like if they're just using, like if someone drew an eye and they just took that piece of the eye to train their artwork or train their computer program, then it's not stealing. But I still, like I said, I still don't see how that's going to work. I understand that artists steal from each other like that all the time. I've seen my work pop up in other places, but that still doesn't mean that it's right. And now with this technology that can just pull from different places like that, that's going to be a big problem for, it puts a damper on a lot of young artists' careers who maybe never got off the ground. You know, maybe they put their artwork out there on maybe either Instagram or DeviantArt or whatever, and now someone can just take that and run with their style, and they haven't even gotten out the gate yet. Someone else is just taking their stuff. Now, I still feel that AI artwork is pretty much here to stay, but what we're seeing here with these lawsuits, like I remember I did a story about the copyright lawsuit, and now we got actual artists suing these bigger technological companies that make the programs. What we're going to see, I think, is it's going to get tempered down on, and we're going to see it's not going to be what it was just a few months ago. Okay, I still think the technology is going to improve and things will keep going, but they're going to have to start breaking people off some money somewhere. I think that'll calm down a lot of artists if you're going to say to me that, okay, we're going to train our computer to use your style, but every time someone uses that, you get a piece of it, you get a piece of the money. Like, that might calm a lot of artists down if you do something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like a kind of like a deal that musicians get. Like, for every play they get, you know, a certain amount of money, or, you know, if it gets licensed somewhere, they get a certain amount of money for every time someone uses their song in a movie or a TV show or commercial, they get a certain amount of money. If it starts being like that, then maybe some artists won't have as big a problem with it. But I think that's one of the only solutions to it, is you got to start breaking some bread. These companies and these programmers and, you know, these apps, they're going to have to start breaking some bread if they're serious about wanting to take someone else's artwork and use it to make this AI artwork. So, I mean, you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Once again, I will repost the story in the comment section. I'll pin it, and I'll also put it in my in the description box, and you folks can let me know how you feel about this lawsuit. Like I said, I hope to see more. I'm hoping to see more as time goes on. Anyway, this is Chris Crazy House signing out. Peace.